If your business has a physical location where people come and go, having a kiosk is one of the most important things you can do to build a list. The reason you should invest in a kiosk is so that you can increase your rate of opt-ins. Statistics have shown that the faster you can get people to opt in, the quicker your database is going to build, and then you can get a tremendous return from your ZipDandy mobile marketing program. The reason for this is because kiosks are attractive to customers. They'll help you reach a wider audience, especially younger people who are really attracted to computers anyway. Kiosks have been known to reach as many as 5 times the number of opt-ins when you compare it to a regular text campaign. It's easy. Customers walk in, they type their number into the form on the kiosk, and they're instantly opted in. They'll receive a text message right away. This is instant gratification. There are some tremendous advantages of using kiosks. First of all, it's self-service. People love doing things for themselves. Have you ever been to a place where you got to punch your own loyalty card or opt in to receive coupons? People do it all the time. They love being personally engaged, and the inherent interactive nature of kiosks makes this very attractive to people. Kiosks have a huge market reach. Just think about it. A tablet is sitting there every hour that your business is open in a public place. So it doesn't have to be manned by anybody, and people will be drawn to it. ZipDandy's Kiosk Builder is very easy to use. So let's go through the process. Okay, to open the Kiosk Builder, we'll just click on Kiosk from the dashboard, and then click on Create New. What you're going to see here has some similarities to the landing page that we created. There are going to be a lot of options here and then a preview screen. So every time you create something on the left side, you need to click on the preview screen to see it. Okay? Another great idea, since this is a kiosk, is to have the actual screen that you're going to use, whether it's a tablet or a laptop, so that you can see what it's going to look like. The preview screen gives you a guideline, but you want to see the actual screen itself if you can. When we're done, there's going to be a URL that you can click or copy so you can open it on another screen. First of all, let's look at the kiosk types. What we have here is loyalty, opt-in, and lead. The one you will most likely use is opt-in. Opt-in is going to get people to join your list, and that's the idea here with creating more customers. The loyalty type of kiosk has an additional button that I'll show you at the bottom. But for right now, let's go ahead and create an opt-in. Pick our opt-in list. I'm going to pretend this is a ZipDandy store and create a kiosk screen for that. The ZipDandy colors are white, black, and orange. So I'm going to keep my background white. You can choose what color you want for your background. You can also choose a file. If you have a background image that your company uses, then go ahead and select that, but be sure and double check with the screen that you're going to use that it fills the entire screen. One of the things that happens is if your screen is bigger than the image size, it's going to tile and it might look funny, okay? And you can see that here. It says it's going to repeat on the entire page. So I'm not going to do that. I am going to choose a business logo. One of the things you'll need to notice here is the dimensions that it's going to use, 950 by 280. But if you have a graphic that's bigger than that, then the program will resize it for you. So let's choose a file. This one is very large, 1850 by 432. I'll try that. Now, one thing you'll notice here, you can see that it doesn't really look centered. Don't worry about that. This is just the preview screen. Be sure and check it out on your real screen. If you decide you don't like the graphic, you can always replace the image. You also have alignment choices, left, right, or center. The next thing you want to do is tell them what's in it for them to join your program. Here it says, receive special discounts and alerts via SMS. For me, this is not very useful. First of all, you'll notice that receive is misspelled. Receive special discounts and alerts via text. The reason I don't like to use the word SMS is most people don't understand what that is. Now, one thing you might want to notice over here in the preview screen is there's a lot of white space between the logo and the text. So I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. And I'll go to 54 here and see what that looks like. Okay, that's pretty nice. I don't really like the centered that much, so I'm going to change that to left. And then I want to make it bold. Okay, that works for me pretty well for now. The next thing is the join button. Obviously, we want people to join the program. So let's just say join now. And I'm going to change the background color of this button. I don't really like it that much. I'll make it a nice red with white font and see what that looks like. Now, the psychology of color is such that red is one of the best colors you can use for selling and attracting attention. So the more red you can create, the better it's going to be for you. Update it. Okay, now we have that kind of a red there. Close this box. Now, see this thing called keypad buttons? When people click on Join Now, they're going to enter in their mobile number. So in the preview screen, you can click on Join Now and see what that's going to look like. Well, here again, we have this green background, which I am not fond of. I would prefer black. So I'm going to keep it that way and then change the font to white. Of course, you can do whatever colors you prefer. Now let's see what that looks like. Ah, much nicer for me. Very bright and noticeable. Okay, now to get back, you want to click on Back, and that'll take you to the other screen. The next thing would be the bottom text. Now right now we've got the main text and the Join Now button, and we can create the bottom text here too if you want, and I would just say, our VIP members get the best prices. Again, I want bold, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's see what that looks like. Update it. Now it says our VIP members get the best prices. So you can see what that looks like. Now let me go back up and show you what would happen if this was a loyalty program as well. Now we don't have a loyalty program set up yet, but in the How to Retain Customers section, there's a training on the loyalty program. If you create a loyalty program, you can come here and click on loyalty and change your kiosk screen to include a punch button. A punch button would be where somebody would check in. So that's an opportunity you have as well. But we're going to keep it as an opt-in and then give it a name. So we're going to call this Kiosk 1 and save. Now the next thing you'll notice on this screen here, there's a URL. So if we take that URL and copy it or go to another screen that you have and entering it, this is what you'll get to see. Scroll down. So this is a website. Now notice this fills up the entire screen and it really doesn't look that good. So that's why it's important for you to play with this text size and get it so it's the way you want it to be before you complete this. You can always go back, remember, once you've saved something, then you can always see it. And when you click on Run, you'll get to see that picture as well. So I think you'll have very good results with this and a lot of fun creating different kiosk screens until you get the one that you love. Some of you will be using tablets instead of laptops when you create a kiosk. There are a couple extra things that you need to know about that. The first is that if you're using a tablet with an Android, the tablet is only going to be compatible with Google Chrome. So if you're not familiar with using Google Chrome, it's really easy to download and it'll work fine for you. The second thing is locking the tablet screen. This is important because sometimes you'll find people trying to use it as a computer that accesses the internet. So you don't want that. There are apps out there. One is called SureLock Kiosk Lockdown. So download that and use it, and that way your kiosk won't be used as a computer. The next training is how you can integrate with your social media. We'll see you there.